Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of Investing and Trading Live. As always, my name is Josh Lilquist. Today is, what day is it today? Tuesday. I believe we are on the 23rd. Yes, Tuesday, January 23rd. And it's been a little while since I did a market update, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a quick market update. Check out the old stack market and see what's happening on in there. We're going to peek at a few different cryptocurrencies if we get time. We will also look at our gold and silver and then just our major market overall update. The market's been soaring to all-time highs once again. Yesterday it gaps up, but it went down during the day, but still gapping up and showing a pretty good day yesterday. So as we know, there is risk in trading and investing. You can and will lose money at one point in your life. This is strictly for entertainment purposes only, mainly mine. But hopefully you find it entertaining as well. Let's start with the S&P 500. Normally we look at the SPY as the gauge of the market. Today we're going to look at the SPX, which is the index for the S&P 500. Closed yesterday at 4,850.44, which was up 10 points on the day, 10.62, which is about 0.22%. So what happened yesterday, as I mentioned, it gapped. We've had 3 strong days in a row coming from last week, and markets gapped up yesterday. Didn't really do much. They went up after the morning and then kind of closed down from the open, but overall was an up day. So a good day for the S&P 500. The Nasdaq, which is the index of the Nasdaq, 17,333.38, closing the day. Same story, it was just a little bit different. So second verse, same as the first. So markets gapped up. A little bit weaker on the Nasdaq yesterday though, opening up, hitting above 17,400 and then closing around 1733.38. That's your Nasdaq update. Dow Jones Industrial Average 38,001.82. So this one here, it's kind of not a mixed bag yesterday, but markets they all three gapped up, but the the Dow actually showed some strength into the day, not as weak towards the end of the day, actually closing higher than the open. So looking really good for the Nasdaq. Or why do I keep saying the Nasdaq? For the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So as we know, that's your major market update. The dollar currently at 103.39. So this one here has finally showed a little bit of strength over the last 2 weeks or so, after a pretty strong downtrend for quite some time, and that's really the inverse of the markets. It's been dropping down as the market's been soaring to all-time highs. So that being said, the dollar index, if we see it close, if we get above 104 or 104 and a half or so, this market could continue to go up, which could drop the stock market. So the dollar just is showing a little bit of strength as of late, getting into the beginning of the year here. As we know, we have an election coming up that'll bring some major volatility in the markets, and just anything odd. We got different wars going on and stuff. So we're going to see, as always, the continued volatility into this beautiful new year. Let's get into your gold market. Gold currently at $2,024.25. So this one here has just been kind of a chop fest for the past couple months here. It really a chop fest to the upside, but sideways here for the last few weeks, month or so. So yesterday, it's just kind of in a little range right now, so not really doing a whole lot, but yeah, it is above 2,000, which I do like to see. That's your gold market. Silver currently at $22.30, up about 1% on the day. So this one here had a pretty big drop yesterday, probably looks like about 2% drop yesterday roughly, and we're bringing some of that back here today as the market is open. So that's your gold and silver. Oil, crude oil is currently at $73.65. I'm looking at U.S. oil, crude oil. Oops, wrong button here. So with crude oil, what's been going on with crude is kind of not the same thing as gold, but it's been on a chop fest to the downside. That being said, slightly starting a really scruffy looking uptrend, but I don't foresee this to continue. What it's really doing is just kind of chopping around. So no real action with oil as we speak. So, which is fine because that helps our prices at the pump. Let's look at a couple stocks. Apple being in one in particular. Apple on Monday. So we really have a pretty strong last 5-6 days with Apple, going from 180 all the way up to 193. Currently looking like it's going to gap up on the day a few cents, about 45 cents or so. 60 cents. So Apple continuing to go to the upside in the market. Let's look at a couple other stocks. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla, really pretty strong downtrend here for the past several weeks here. Currently at 208.80, but showing a little strength into the open. Currently it is 7:55 in the Central Time. I am in Central Time Zone today. So we got about 35 minutes until we have the open. So Tesla getting to the lows back from November, towards the beginning of November. So we're going to see Tesla challenge some of these lows here, and just some pretty good movement with Tesla. Netflix, currently at 485.71. Pre-market, same story. We're going to see a pretty decent sized gap up from 485.71 to 494.37. So this one can also on a pretty strong uptrend after earnings back in October, just soaring to the upside. I forget what the earnings call was, but it really doesn't matter. The price is what moves the market, supply and demand, and we know supply and demand does not lie. It is an economic law, just like gravity. If you have more supply for something, price has to go down. More demand, price will go up, just like the law of gravity. If you drop a pot of coffee, we know that pot of coffee is going to fall. So that, my friends, is your quick market update for the day. Oh, I want to look at one thing. I want to look at crypto. Let's just look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin dropping pretty heavily. It's kind of a falling knife right now. $38,904 per Bitcoin. So we had a high of 49,000, so down $10,000 over the last couple weeks here in 2024. So Bitcoin not looking good. It got spot ETF talks, all that stuff. So just not a good look for Bitcoin over the past, really in 2024. So we will continue to monitor these. We'll do another update tomorrow. We'll get back to it. Updates tomorrow. And we'll see. We'll get into more currency trading tomorrow. And there hasn't been a whole lot of options opportunities, but we're going to look at some option opportunities tomorrow as we get into the market update for tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. As always, we do like our subscribers. We do like our followers. We do appreciate all the comments we've been getting. Make sure to comment on the Spreaker app, Spreaker, and that really helps the algorithms put it up there. We like the followers on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify, so make sure we continue to do that. We will continue to pump out shows for you, give it a market update, and the insights, tips and tricks on the markets and how they work and how most people think they work, and hopefully making smarter investing decisions as we move forward. As always, collect the profits when they're given to you, and protect your losses, keeping them small. Until next time, retire young, my friends.